Imagine this. A promising young talent chooses to delay his NHL dreams for another 2 years. That's exactly what Daniil Prokhorov, a rising star in the Islanders system, has decided to do. The 18-year-old defenseman recently inked a 2-year contract with Dynamo Moscow in the Continental Hockey League, KHL, according to NHL.com reporter Stefan Rosner. While it's not unusual for players drafted from overseas to spend more time developing in their home leagues, this decision could leave some Isles fans feeling both patient and puzzled. So why is Prokhorov staying in the KHL for now? To understand this fully, let's break it down. Prokhorov was selected by the New York Islanders with the 42nd overall pick in the 2025 NHL Draft. At just 18 years old, he's still honing his skills and gaining experience at an elite level. Jumping straight into the NHL after being drafted is rare, especially for players coming from European leagues. Most teams prefer their prospects to mature and refine their game before making the leap across the pond. In Prokhorov's case, the organization likely sees the KHL as the perfect environment for him to grow stronger and sharper over the next couple of seasons. But here's where it gets intriguing. Although Prokhorov wasn't expected to join the Islanders immediately in 2025-26, there was always a chance he might come over sooner, perhaps even next season. However, by signing this 2-year deal with Dynamo Moscow, that possibility seems off the table for now. This means fans will need to wait until at least 2027-28 before they can realistically expect to see him competing for a spot on the Isles roster. And this is the part most people miss. These extra years in the KHL aren't just about waiting, they're about preparation. Playing against seasoned professionals in one of the world's top hockey leagues will give Prokhorov invaluable exposure and confidence. Of course, no plan is foolproof. What happens if Prokhorov struggles during his time with Dynamo Moscow? Could setbacks in the KHL impact his trajectory toward the NHL? These are valid concerns, but assuming he performs well, or even exceeds expectations, he'll enter the conversation for an NHL roster spot when his KHL contract expires. By then, he may very well be ready to take on the challenges of professional hockey in North America. Now, here's something worth debating. Is staying in the KHL truly the best path for young players like Prokhorov? Some argue that the style of play in the KHL differs significantly from the NHL, potentially creating adjustment issues later on. Others believe the high level of competition in Russia's Premier League provides exactly the kind of test budding stars need to thrive internationally. Where do you stand on this issue? Do you think Prokhorov's decision is a smart long-term strategy? Or would it have been better for him to push for an earlier transition to North American hockey? Share your thoughts in the comments. We'd love to hear what you think.